Hi everybody, it's me. I'm back making another video. Today's Monday and I just thought I'd make you another video. The last video I did was my Tess RIP video where I was saying stuff about Tess and his career and how sad it was to lose a wrestler as the caliber of Tess. But yeah, this video today is going to be me talking about classic TV shows that need to come back on the air, like the old TV shows that Nickelodeon or many other channels should bring back and put them in a lineup like how they do most of the other classic shows, and just explain why they need to bring them back, because these are the shows that you just never forget and you just want them back for some reason because they were just part of your childhood, or they were just something you got into, or they were something you watched. So let's get started with this video. The the one show I got on here on this list is The Wonder Years. Very good show. It talks about the life and the heartbreak and the triumph and tragedy that young Kevin Arnold went throughout the 60s, going all the way to the 70s. Very good show. It even shows him going when he was trying to get Winnie Cooper when he first moved in with when Winnie Cooper first moved into the block that he moved in at, and he had a huge crush, he had a thing for her, and then they had an on again, off again relationship. It shows Kevin going through all the girls, but overall this was a good show, and it was on TV Land and in Nickelodeon and in many other shows, but they just took it off the air and they didn't put it back on. And I just wish that TV Land or Nickelodeon or any one of those classic TV channels would bring this show back, because this was a good show. I mean, TV Land has got the Jeffersons, and they got the Good Times, and they got, I forgot the name of that other show, but they need to bring this show back too as well, because this was a good show. The next show I got on here is Alf. Now it was on WGN at one point, but then they took it off just to bring it back for a classic series, classic TV show thing. Then they didn't bring it back anymore. But overall, they just, WGN or whatever channel needs to bring this show back, because this was a really good show and probably one of the best shows I ever watched when I was a kid. And you had Alf, the silly alien with the family, and all the crazy antics he got into and stuff. And it's just a shame that they took this off the air, but I just wish they bring this back, because this was a fun show and it just brought back a lot of memories and good times as well. Next show I got on here is Sister Sister. Now, same thing, WGN had this, and then KTLA had this show on, but then they took it off, and then WGN took it off. But overall, they need to bring this show back, because Disney Channel also had this show as well, and then they took it off. But overall, they need to bring this show back on the air. I mean, put the old episodes back on, because this was a really good show, and just something fresh to watch. Well, not fresh, but just something fun to watch that'll make you relive all the stuff that happened during that show. Next show I got on here is Thea. For some of you who don't remember what this show was, this was a show about a single mom and her 3 kids and her struggling and stuff like that. For some of you who don't know, Thea was the girl who played Shelton Benjamin's mom on the WWE. And it also had Brandy Norwood, who you know as Brandy, the music artist. It had that one guy from Smart Guy, and I don't know who the other 2 were, but still very good show. BET had it at one point it came on the weekends, but they just got rid of it. I don't know why they did that, but overall I wish BET would bring this show back, or any one of the classic channels, though any one of the regular channels would bring this back. Good show. Next show I got on here is Home Movies. Very good show. Used to come on Cartoon Network. I believe it was on the Adult Swim, where they would show all the Family Guy and many other shows, but then they got rid of Home Movies. I don't know if it still comes on, but Adult Swim needs to bring this show back, because this was one of the funniest cartoon shows that I ever seen, and I think, in my opinion, it was kind of a little bit better than Family Guy and somewhat better than Futurama. But overall, very good show. Don't know why they took it off, but they need to bring this show back on Adult Swim and then bring some new episodes as well. Very good show. The next two shows I got on here is The Parkers, Moesha. Two very good underrated shows. They had it at one point on the, I forgot it. I think it was BT Jazz or whatever that channel was. But then they took it off, and then they had the Parkers come on BT as well. But then they took it off because it came on the weekends. Like the old rerun episodes came on the weekends. They just need to bring this show back and put it back on BET or whatever, because this was a funny show and just something that just made you laugh and it just made you feel happy whenever you went through a bad day. Just see the crazy antics on the show. Same with Moesha. The next two shows are the old Power Rangers episodes and then the old TMNT episodes. These were very good cartoons. Well, the Power Rangers was a very good show, and the old TMNT cartoons were very good episodes. And I just wish they would bring these old cartoons back, like put them on one of those old classic cartoon channels. But I don't think they'll do that because now the upper channels are dominated by Nick 2 and then many other shows like that. But still, they just need to bring these back. And Toon Disney can bring these back. They can bring the old TMNT cartoon back and then put some old Power Rangers shows, the old one, like from when the Power Rangers first started, because that was a very good show. And it was something I got hooked onto, but they don't do that. But still, they need to do that because that was a good show. Next two shows, I got Beavis and Butthead and California Dreams. Beavis and Butthead used to come on the MTV2, but it doesn't come on anymore. Sometimes it's a rarity to see that show on there, but they just need to bring that show back. And because they need to bring that show back, put it back on the air, because this was a funny show and it was just funny to see two guys act stupid and them go through the misadventures they went through. California Dreams, I know it was a Saved by the Bell ripoff, but still a good show. Used to be on TBS, but they took it off the air. Need to bring it back. Put it on TBS. Put it around 7 or 7:30, and then have Saved by the Bell come on at 8 and 8:30, and then have Fresh Prince come on after that. That's what they need to do. Just bring that back and then put it on at 7 and 7:30. Next two shows I got on here is I Love Lucy and Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. Very good shows. Used to be on TV Land, but they took it off the air. TV Land, bring these three shows back, because these were funny shows and just they had really good episodes to them. And I don't know why TV Land did it. So the TV Land's watching or listening, bring these shows back, because these were good shows. And the next two shows I got on here are Hey Arnold and Doug. Very good shows, but for some reason Nickelodeon took these shows off on Nickelodeon, so now you're stuck with SpongeBob SquarePants, which is a good show. I have no problem with it, but that's the only cartoon that's left on Nickelodeon, and I feel that Nickelodeon or Nickelodeon 2 needs to bring these two cartoons back, because Hey Arnold was good, but you never really, the thing that bothered me was you never really got the payoff between Helga and Arnold. It just bugged me that those two never really hooked up, or there was no chemistry, or we didn't see what happened with those two. And I really think they should bring this show back and then even bring new episodes. The same with Doug. We never got the payoff between Patty Mayonnaise and Doug. Like, we didn't know if those two were actually going to become boyfriend and girlfriend. We didn't know that. And Nickelodeon just left it on a cliffhanger and then just canceled it. Even when they had it on the Disney Channel, the new episodes of Doug, they did that and they just left it on a cliffhanger without us getting to see the two finally hook up. So please, Nickelodeon or Disney, bring these shows back. Bring those two shows back. Then finally, I got Goosebumps. Very good, underrated show. It comes on Halloween, but still, I feel Cartoon Network should bring it back, because this was a good show, very good underrated show, and I feel Cartoon Network should bring the old Goosebumps episodes back. Anyhow, you can rate, you can comment. I'm out. Peace.